on diagonal we have 0 and the element in ith row jth column, this is negative of element in jth row ith column. So this will imply that matrix is a skew symmetric matrix. And you can see that this is a 3 cross 3 skew symmetric matrix. So therefore the determinant of this matrix must be 0, right? If we have a skew symmetric matrix of odd order, then the determinant of that matrix is 0. Welcome to our YouTube channel, ARYA Mathematics. In this video, we are going to discuss a problem from JEE Advanced 2022. The problem is from the chapter Matrices and Determinant, but it involves concept from different chapters. Let this represent the determinant of a square matrix. G is a function whose domain is from 0 to pi by 2 and codomain is all real numbers. And g of theta is defined in this manner. It is root of f of theta minus 1 plus root of f of pi by 2 minus theta minus 1. And f of theta is the sum of these two determinants. And then px is a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are the maximum and the minimum values of g of theta. P of 2 is 2 minus root 2. Then we have to identify which option is or are correct. This is a multi-correct question. Now, here few simple observations and you will find that this problem is not difficult. First, we need to find this function f of theta, and this is some of these two determinants, right? Now, if you see the second determinant on diagonal, we have sine pi, which is 0, cos pi by 2, 0, tan pi, that is 0. So, the diagonal elements are nothing but 0. And if you notice the off diagonal elements, then they are negative of each other. Ln 4 by pi, ln pi by 4, these two are negative of one another. Cos theta plus pi by 4 and sin theta minus pi by 4. Now cos theta plus pi by 4, this one can write as pi by 2 plus theta minus pi by 4. And now cos 90 plus theta is minus sin theta. So basically this element is negative of this one. And similarly, tan theta minus pi by 4 will be negative of cot theta plus pi by 4. So this will imply that, on diagonal we have 0 and the element in ith row jth column, this is negative of element in jth row ith column. So this will imply that matrix is a skew symmetric matrix. And you can see that this is a 3 cross 3 skew symmetric matrix. So therefore the determinant of this matrix must be 0, right? If we have a skew symmetric matrix of odd order, then the determinant of that matrix is 0. So this is one important observation. The determinant of second matrix, this will be 0. And now f of theta is nothing but this first determinant. Now here if you expand the first determinant, you will get half of, and then you have 1 plus sine square theta. And with sine theta, you will get 0. And with 1, again, you will get the same thing, 1 plus sine square theta. So f of theta, this is nothing but 1 plus sine square theta. And now from here we can find z of theta, right? Z of theta, this is root of f of theta minus 1. So this will become root of sine square theta minus 1. So clearly you can see that 1 and 1 will cancel. Root over sine square theta, this will be mod sine theta. And similarly, f of pi by 2 minus theta, this will be 1 plus cos square theta. If you subtract 1, then you are going to get root over cos square theta, which will be mod cos theta. So g of theta, this will be nothing but uh, root of sine theta, mod of sine theta plus mod of cos theta. This is g of theta. And notice that range of theta is from 0 to pi by 2. So therefore, if you try to find the range of g of theta, then basically maximum value will be root over a square plus b square, which is 1. And the minimum value, which is root 2, and the minimum value will be 1. So the range for g of theta, this is 1 to root 2. Right, the least value will be 1 when you take theta as 0 degree or pi by 2. And the maximum value will be root 2 at theta equals to 45 degree. Now we need a polynomial. Px is a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are the maximum and the minimum value of z of theta. So if I need this polynomial Px, this will be nothing but a into x minus 1, x minus root 2. Because for this polynomial Px, it is a quadratic polynomial. So it will have two linear factors. And the zeros are 1 and root 2. So one of the factor will be x minus 1, other will be x minus root 2. And it is given that p of 2, this is 2 minus root 2. So if p of 2 is 2 minus root 2, that will imply that 2 minus root 2, this is a into 2 minus 1 will be 1, and then 2 minus root 2. Now these two will cancel, and from here you will get the value of a as 1. So finally our polynomial px, this will be x minus 1 into x minus root 2. This is the polynomial. And now we have to comment about the sign scheme of this px. So we can draw a number line, and on that number line we'll plot those points where this px will become 0. So one of the point will be 1, other one will be root 2. And if you take a value of x larger than root 2, then we'll get plus sign, then minus and plus. So this is the sign scheme for px. And now we can figure out that which options are correct. So if you see the first option, 3 plus root 2 by 4. Now root 2 is 1.4 approximately. So 1.4 plus 3, that will be 4.4 by 4, that is 1.1. So this number is close to 1.1. And remember, root 2 will be nothing but 1.4. So between 1 to 1.4, we'll get negative sign for px. So therefore, first option is correct. When x is 3 plus root 2 by 4, it will be negative. Then 3 plus 1 plus 3 root 2 by 4. Now similarly, you can do the calculation. You will find that this option will be incorrect. This one is also incorrect. And this third option, 5 root 2 minus 1 by 4. So again, root 2 1.4 into 5. So 7 minus 1, 6 by 4. So that is close to 1.5. And at 1.5, we'll get positive sign. So therefore, the correct answer for this problem will be option 1 and 3. And this was one, it has concept from different chapters, but the problem is not difficult. First observation, that matrix is a skew symmetric matrix, right? 3 cross 3 is skew symmetric matrix. So determinant is 0. We got f of theta as 1 plus sine square theta. Then g of theta will be mod sine theta plus mod cos theta. And theta is from 0 to pi by 2. So therefore, range for g of theta will be 1 to root 2. Now this is our polynomial. To find a, they have given that p of 2 is 2 minus root 2. So finally, this was our polynomial. And now from options, we can see that first and third option, these two are correct. So the right answer for this problem is option 1 and 3. Thanks for watching and keep learning.